Well, May is Lyme Disease Awareness Month, and it's a disease the CDC estimates affects 6 times the number of people diagnosed with HIV.
SNN's Nicole Somavilla joins us now to talk about those numbers and the disease. Nicole.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, so that stat is pretty alarming. Now, when people typically think of Lyme, you think tick, bullseye rash, but oftentimes that rash doesn't even show up. And Lyme overall, it's just so much bigger than a tick. And if it's not caught early, it can be fatal.
I was at about 84 pounds at my worst. I was married. Husband took off, literally on my deathbed.
Lyme took almost everything from Amy Hannikin, her job, her marriage, and for a while, her spirit.
We don't really know exactly when I became infected, but 2012 was when I basically went bedridden.
A similar story for Carol Fish, as Lyme took pieces of her memory.
Words that you know well, you're having problems recalling those.
Lyme disease may affect people differently, but it doesn't discriminate, and it's spreading. The CDC warning tick-borne illnesses have doubled since 2004 because the black-legged tick is on the move.
Some species lay a few hundred, some of them lay thousands. They can lay definitely tens of thousands of eggs in the space of a year.
Medical entomologist Matt Smith says because of the tick's size, they're difficult to spot, track, and kill. And if you don't catch it early, Lyme can be deadly. For Hannikin, it's a PICC line keeping her alive.
The immunoglobulin therapy has to be done every 2 weeks, and it's for life.
So how can we protect ourselves?
Wear repellent, cover your skin, and check your body thoroughly after you've been in the woods.
All very important things, but again, another big problem with Lyme is diagnosing the disease, because again, people often don't see that tick or that rash. So some things to look out for are if you feel foggy, symptoms kind of mimicking flu-like symptoms, or if you have joint pain, fatigue, those types of things, you should see a doctor.
We know there's so many different kinds of ticks too.
Yeah.
There are, and they have so many different infections too. It's bigger than Lyme. There's Ehrlichiosis, Anaplasma, Babesia, Bartonella. It goes on
You're
and
a
on.
seasoned vet. I mean, you've been so vocal about your diagnosis with Lyme, your experience with Lyme. You know, kind of explain the testing process, because I know it can be kind of a silent disease that could be misdiagnosed.
Yeah, it really can. It's often misdiagnosed. I actually had it for 4 years before I got my diagnosis because the test kept coming up negative. But IGeneX is a lab in California. Their test is pricey, but it's a lot more spot on. So listen to your body. If you know something's wrong, yeah, Allie, like you said, it's definitely worth it.
Save yourself all the trial and error.
Yeah.
Such great advice. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing this very important story.
Of course. Thank you, guys.